Hello. It's been since UPBL Season 3 that I recorded anything on here. I'm pretty sure. Don't think I did Season 4. I did not do Season 4. I just checked. But we're back for Season 6. We're back in Gen 8 now, which I find absolutely crazy. Already in Generation 8. Yeah. So this is actually my first draft league of Gen 8. I'm in 2 currently, but yeah, the GBA, and we're doing fine in that, but we'll talk about that. Yeah, so here's my draft analysis for the UPBL Season 6. Now, I had 4th overall pick, and with not Cinderace. Cinderace was a franchise pick, but Grimmsnarl, right? Worth round 1, maybe not. It has many options. It can be bulk up, offensive. It can be support screens. It can be nasty plot even. It just has a lot of versatility and many options it can run. It has a lot of good coverage moves as well. With Prankster, I guess this Prankster hits off with bulk up. Prankster screens, obviously, always really good for them. Especially with your team supporting the screens, which we'll get into. This is my first overall pick, right? I like it. It's base 120 attack, means it hits really hard, even without a bulk up, even without attack investment. It hits pretty hard. With I don't know how much attack exactly. 276, but I mean this is respectable when it's coming off like screens, Darkest Lariat or something. Darkest Lariat. Spirit Break, yeah. Yeah. And then I just got Grimmsnarl round 1. Its support options plus its offensive options. Oh, with heavy duty boost this generation, by the way, in case you didn't know. But that does not affect Grimmsnarl at all. But anyway, round 2 came back to me. Took a second to get back to me, but I got Doug Trio, and it is Arena Trap. We allowed for Arena Trap for Gen 8. We're playing Gen 8 Doopers, but I happened to get Doug Trio. Now, Doug Trio, right? It really only has 2 sets: Focus Ash and what's the other one? I'm forgetting it right now. You can also run Banded. That might have been the one I was thinking of. But yeah, and it's very obvious what it does, right? But what it does well. So, it basically comes in a Pokemon that maybe Grimmsnarl doesn't like Steel types basically, and Poison types. Like these two work well. Dugtrio can break a lot of the stuff Grimmsnarl doesn't like. Okay, but again, Poison type, Steel types. You get the Earthquake off, you trap them. I'll save Shed Shell, of course. Yeah, and again, it's just Dugtrio. It's obvious what it does, but it does its job well. And 120 base of speed gave me a high speed tier that this generation kind of lacks, but in respect to 100 attack. Next Pokemon was Cloyster, which is where the screens from Grimmsnarl first comes into play. And then Dugtrio trapping again Pokemon that maybe Cloyster doesn't like. Yeah, Cloyster with Cell Smash, you can run Focus Sash, you can run Heavy Duty Boots, which is also the first Heavy Duty Boots Pokemon my team actually benefits from. With Skill Link, it hits, what's it called? Icicle Spear, 5 times always. And it even has hazards. Like if I wanted to go the hazards route, as in spikes, toxic spikes, and it gets rapid spin. Yeah, it's rapid spin as well. So it just puts in a lot of work. And with after a Cell Smash, it gets really scary. Then 180 base defense means it can step off physical, like pretty much any physical attackers. Even a super effective hit won't really kill it. And like shiny. Shiny looks good. Next Pokemon's Poltergeist, but he's also another Shell Smash abuser. Again, I think I love Poltergeist. It's one of my favorite Pokemon this generation. But again, it gets the screen support from Grimmsnarl, and Shell smashes up. It's what is it at? Store power, shell smash, store power. Uh, it even hits hard neutrally, like a 134 special attack. Then 114 special defense. It actually sets up a lot of special attackers too, and it can run focus sash. It can run what they call wider. Yeah, and actually, its coverage is pretty obvious what it's gonna run. It's gonna run shell smash. It's gonna run shadow ball. It's pretty much always gonna run store power. It's pretty much always gonna run giga drain. Maybe throw dark pulse in there somewhere for some reason. Strength sap even. But again, it's a smasher that does what it needs well. Especially if you can get it set up, this thing can go ham. But its speed here, again, it's 70 base speed, just like Oyster, both shell smash abusers. Next Pokemon is a Sealith. Now, I did not like this Pokemon last generation, primarily because random battles, it was toxic, but it had a 97 base speed tier and 103 special attack, and I like it because I play RU, and it was busted in RU. So then when it came up to UPBL, obviously, and it had obviously my UU pick. It's gonna run Life Orb, right? It's gonna run Life Orb, Magic Guard. It can run Specs Tinted Lens as well, but Air Slash. It has a lot of coverage moves. I think that's also a big thing with Siglith. It can run Calm Mind. Roost could Calm Mind, just run Roost. It can run a series of coverage moves. I think it's really good. And he also has a Defogger, which is limited this generation. Yeah, there's not too much to say about Siglith. It just has its coverage moves with Life Orb, but hits really hard. It doesn't take Life Orb because the Magic Guard. Next Pokemon is my favorite Pokemon this generation, by the way, Flapple, which is the only reason I drafted it. It hits really hard, coming off a Hustle with 110 attack. When you compare that with a Choice Band or a Life Orb, its Grab Apples, its Outrages are going to be hitting really hard. And this Pokemon, it has two things. It can run Life Orb, Dragon Dance, or it can run Choice Banded. It has 4 moves, 5 if you're counting Dragon Dance, but like U-Turn, Sucker Punch, Grab Apple, Outrage. It's pretty obvious what it's running. A lot of my Pokemon are pretty obvious what they're running, but they do their job well. This is actually my round 6 pick, even though it's RU. I just was picking my RU pick earlier. And again, the only reason I drafted this Pokemon was because I like Flapple. My favorite Pokemon my generation. My next Pokemon is a Glaceodon, right? It gives me a ground type, which I already had, but it gave me a defensive ground, a defensive water. The only reason I grabbed it was because one of the teams have Dracovish and Dracozolt, so I was like, I need something for that. So obviously I have Gastrodon. It has Storm Drain, which makes it immune to water type attacks. And yeah, it has reliable recovery and recover. So yeah, it's just a bulky Pokemon that helps what team would actually do like bulk at this point. The Pokemon was Beware. I needed a fighting type. I needed a normal type. And Beware, it's very good offensive one. The only thing, and it's really bulky actually. 120 base HP with fluffy defense and 80 defense. It takes physical hits. It's like very well, and then it can get a Choice Band to close combat. It can be Swords Dance, it can be Sub. It has a lot of coverage moves as well, but just basically Choice Band and Beware hits really hard, especially with the Darkest Lair this generation. Next one was my last UU pick actually, was Scorch. I needed a Bug type, I needed a Fire type, and that's really the only reason I drafted this Scorch, because I needed the coverage and typings, and my NU picks weren't going to cover that very well. So I just opted to go for Scorch. Mr. Mime Galar was actually, I was realizing I needed hazard removal. So Mime was my best option at this point. There wasn't many more options. And it gave me a 100 base speed here, which is not bad. Like, my speed's a little bit lacking on this team. So Mime helped that, and it gave me a spinner. We're gonna plot too, but it runs heavy duty boots. If I was Togedemaru, I needed an electric type, I needed a steel type. It's not like an optimal one, but I had to run it. Choice Scarf, Life Orb, it's alright. Corphish, I needed a grounded poison type, and I needed a spike setter and toxic spike setter. That's my draft. You'll see my week 1 pretty soon, and yeah, that's the video.